Alright, another day and another tutorial. And today we're doing discovering string features. And I just want to note that before I continue doing this tutorial, I had a lot of trouble with this thing yesterday because because there were a lot of things I just couldn't figure out why it was behaving the way it was behaving, and had a bit of third-party opinions. And because of their input, I was able to now finally explain what's actually going on in this program. So yeah, it's been troubling, but let's go on and I'll get with the program and show you what it's about. Anyways, to get started and with all my troubles, here it is. First, we're gonna go ahead and declare this function right here. Call it compute features. And it'll take string arguments. It's a void. What void means is that it will return no value. We don't need any, in contrast to the times where we used int functions. And we'll go ahead and develop our function down here for compute features. Alright, so piece by piece, this is what it's going to look like. So the first thing we're going to put in this function, it's going to be a cout statement with an end line, then another string in there, and then we're going to display whatever is going to be in text. And then so it's going to display the value of the string text. Will vary on how we manipulate it in the main function, which we'll get to. After that, we're going to go ahead and determine the text size. Now, the size will return its character length. I'm also going to input this later on. It jumps to tab stop to help it align at every 8 characters and makes the tab stop. That was something I learned. And I'll show you what not to do later on too. Next, so right here, I physically tabbed to get capacity, so just to show you that I'm doing it. You can also do escape T, but this is the way we're going to do it for now. So here is what we're going to input for text capacity. Now, text capacity dynamically enlarges to accommodate the number of characters assigned to it. N times 16 minus 1 appears to be the algorithm, which we'll get to once you see the console display it in action. And finally, our last cout is empty, which is going to return a Boolean value of 1 if it's true and false 0. In the main function, let me go ahead and get my code and statements going. So string text, C++ is fun. That's going to be our initial value for the string text. After that, we'll call our function, which is going to be compute features, and we're going to put text as the argument in there. You'll utilize the function below. Next, we'll do the text plus equals for everyone. We'll concatenate the string for everyone. And of course, we're going to apply the function right below that. Okay, and then equals, the equal will make only what's represented. So it's going to output what it's instead of make, because output's a better way to phrase it. And after that, our final statement, clear will empty out the string text, and then it'll display whatever's left. Let's go ahead and run it. Okay, so here it is. String, so it has a size of 10. Now, size is determined by everything that's in here. See 1, 2, 3, include the space, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Therefore, you get the size of 10. And then capacity renders at when something exceeds 16, it'll jump to the next 16. Kind of thus like this algorithm, which somewhat applies. Like 23 exceeds 16, so the next jump will become 32, then minus 1 will end up being 31. 10 fits in 16, so it'll do 16 minus 1 equals 15. That's the gist of how I understand it. For everyone, that includes around 13 extra characters in the string right here. If I were to just do this willy-nilly, it should do 24. So yeah, just like that, that's how it works apparently. And it's empty. This is 0, so the Boolean says it's false. Says it's true. Here it's false, so the Boolean is all good. The capacity is all good. It was consistent with how it's formulated. But watch this. This is interesting. If I were to knock this out, it appears that down here it doesn't do the tab stop jump. The tab stop means like this thing will jump a good 8 characters over here to right here. By getting rid of that hidden space, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters. And because of that, it does not do the tab stop, because at every 8 characters, that's when it makes the tab stop. And it's not really about the size either, because if we were to increase the size, let's say 1, 1, make it 9, it doesn't move. But if we were to do this, once it hits 10, it starts moving. So it's really the amount of character slots this takes up, because now when there's 10, it physically has to. It'll just tab. It's weird. However, if we were to do this, it'll start doing this again, because that extra spot right there finally makes it fulfill the 8 condition. These take up 9, but if it takes up 9, it still does the same 16 space tab stop, double tab stop. And that's basically the nature of tabs. And for the longest time, I had it like this, and I was just bewildered at why it was misaligned like this. And apparently, it's because of how the tab stops work, which I learned. So yeah, this is really how the book has it. The book doesn't even denote this. It just kind of takes it for granted that you should know. And I find that kind of sad. But anyways, I think I explained everything I need to explain here. It looks all good to me.